Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Ghosts and another episode of KEM Strike Saturday, which of course is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in KEM Strikes. This one's pretty freaking fantastic. So what we got going on here is a game of domination on the map Whiteout using the Ameli light machine gun, and we're actually going to be getting ourselves a double KEM Strike with the Ameli, which is awesome. They're back-to-back KEM Strikes here. They're very, very fast. It's just great stuff overall. It's sent in by your boy, Mr. Snowboard Otter, who is like the premier Wii U guest here on KEM Strike Saturday, having been basically the only person to ever submit a Wii U gameplay to the show, and this is his third time on the show now. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome overall stuff. That, and you think of the fact that this is actually the very first Ameli KEM Strike, I believe. We've had all the other light machine guns, or at least part of the light machine guns. I know for a fact we've had a bunch of M27 IAR light machine gun KEM Strikes sent in. We've had the chainsaw, of course, and the LSAT. I'm not sure if we've had like a solely LSAT KEM Strike here on KEM Strike Saturday. I do recall one that was like half Vector, half LSAT or something like that. But yeah, this is the first time like the Ameli's ever really made an appearance, and it's crazy because I mean, it's just an underused gun overall. I mean, I same thing for me. I don't use it either. I'm just saying it's an underused gun. I just don't use this gun because I'm not really a big fan of the light machine guns. The only light machine gun I ever really gave a lot of playtime to in this game in Call of Duty Ghost was actually the chainsaw, and that's just because it's called the chainsaw and it's hip fire only. It's got a really cool handle and stuff, you know. Other than that, I move around just too much to be able to really end up using a light machine gun and using it effectively. I've never been really much of an LMG player, aside from maybe way back when during Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, I would use the RPD quite a bit because the RPD is pretty freaking awesome. The RPD is one of the best LMGs in Call of Duty. I love the way it looks, I love the way it sounds. I love the fact that they brought it into Black Ops 2 in Zombies, and you could just randomly get it from the box, and it was one of the light machine guns. I was like, this is awesome because I love this gun. It was just great. But what he's doing throughout the entirety of this video, or at least the entirety of the first KEM Strike here, we've seen this strategy implemented a few times here on the map Whiteout, is you basically go to this building here towards the A flag, and you just kind of just take people out from the window. A lot of the spawn points that they have are on the other ends of these buildings. They just kind of run out towards the A flag instinctively once they spawn, and yeah, you shoot them in the face when that happens. And oftentimes you'll see them kind of run past the building and go towards B. So oftentimes throughout this entire this first KEM Strike, you're going to see him looking out the side window there, and you're going to see him picking people off and doing stuff like that. And occasionally people like these two are going to start rushing him here inside. He actually ends up picking off both of them, getting himself his first KEM Strike. Now he's actually going to go down and spawn up over here and try and continue up with his KEM Strike streak, and it's pretty good. Let's start talking about the perks here before we start talking about the second KEM Strike. So the perks he's using are perks that I use when I use... Wow, that sounds weird. These are perks that I use when I use a light machine gun, which is not very often. In any Call of Duty game, but they're very good perks nonetheless. So we've got Dead Silence and Amplify, which are just kind of standard perks on most of my created classes. They're just very, very nice perks overall. We've got Scavenger, which Scavenger on a light machine gun. Do you really plan on running around with a light machine gun? But he ends up running around quite a bit with this light machine gun. And all these people that keep coming at him inside this building and stuff, he's able to get his Scavenger packs off of them pretty easily. So it's like, okay, well, I stay incorrect. I guess Scavenger works out pretty well in this class. We got Focus, which is just the best damn perk the game. He's used on literally everything except for maybe shotguns. And we've got Stalker, which is just one of the freaking greatest perks, man, especially on a light machine gun. Like, you take something like a light machine gun and you give it Stalker, suddenly you're just gliding around. You know, it's really, really good. And then a better thing you could do actually is add Agility to your created class if you're using a light machine gun, and then you have Agility and Stalker, and because of that, you're just strafing around at about the speed of an assault rifle, and you're actually able to keep up with these assault rifle players, which can be pretty freaking amazing if you're using a light machine gun. It can work out pretty damn well. But as you guys can see, the well has run dry over there at the A flag. He's going to have to move out. No longer will he be able to just shout on all the people over there. So he's going to make his way back here towards the B flag and the C flag. The enemy team has basically flipped spawns, as they tend to do in Call of Duty. And now he's got to come back over here towards the B flag and towards the C flag, which are enemy teams basically all spawning. Usually when you're playing a Wild, they're going to spawn a lot around the boat, and they're going to spawn behind it and more towards the C flag. And that's where they're all spawned. His teammates have pushed up, and they've actually captured the B flag. And he's just kind of holding his position here on the rock, trying to pick people off because they have the C flag. It's a very dominant spawn point when you're playing on Whiteout. If they have the C flag, it's going to take actually quite a bit to make them not spawn there, especially if they're getting the spawn point that's over here by the boat. Like, even if you're on the C flag, they will still spawn over here towards this boat because the game kind of registers it as being far enough away from the C flag that actually works out. So it's one of those spawn points, man. Just so many people coming from so many different directions. It's kind of absurd. So he's going to run up here and start making his way around the map, and eventually we're actually going to end up going back towards the A flag. So he's taking this light machine gun, and he's really kind of transversing the entirety of the map throughout, whereas the first KEM Strike, which is very fast, very impressive, seeing him taking out all those people in that building, whereas the second one here, he's actually transversing quite a bit of the map. And Whiteout, let's face it here, Whiteout's no slouch. It's a pretty big map. It's one of the bigger maps in the game, and actually when I think about it, Whiteout kind of reminds me a lot of Wasteland from Modern Warfare 2, where you have a left side, you have a right side, and you have a middle that is kind of like dominated as a cave, and it kind of works, it kind of plays a little bit the same, except I think if you think of Wasteland from Modern Warfare 2, it actually has a lot more room on the sides as compared to Whiteout here, where it's kind of, if you want to go from one side of the map to the other, it's kind of dense, like it's not very wide over there. So they're pretty similar in some design aspects, but they're both just giant maps. It's probably the biggest similarity between the two maps. They're both just freaking giant. Right here, using the ability of that light machine gun, just spraying down so many people. He's like, I'm just never gonna stop shooting. Eventually, I'm gonna get you. And he did. He did end up getting the guy. He did end up getting it. But right here, things start getting a little bit tense. So you look at the score right now. His team is actually down by 2 points. And you look at the fact that the flags are being contested right now. And you look at the fact that he does have the one KEM Strike already, which is great. But he's really trying to get that double KEM Strike. And the clock is just rapidly approaching the end. It's just rapidly going towards the end. He's like, screw it. I'm gonna call in my first KEM Strike. Maybe there's a couple reasons he could have done that. Of course, I don't know. He could have done it so it kills off the entire enemy team, which will allow his teammates to push up and get a flag capture. I don't know if he did just because he wanted to actually have time to call it in. We really don't know why he called in the KEM Strike, but I think he did. It ends up working out because he's able to kill off the entire enemy team and hopefully make them all spawn over there towards the C flag, which now enables his teammates, which he has 2 on there right now, which is about to be 3 teammates, all diving on the B flag to capture that, which is actually going to help seal the win. And he picks up the final kill right there to actually pick up his second KEM Strike of the game using the Ameli light machine gun, which is just great. It's great. It's a gun we never see here on KEM Strike Saturday. It's a double KEM Strike on a map that we rarely see. I mean, towards the beginning of Call of Duty Ghosts, we saw quite a bit of Whiteout, I gotta say. Even in my own gameplays, this Whiteout was one of those maps. I still like it to this day. Whiteout's one of the better maps in Call of Duty Ghosts by far, but we just never see it that much here in KEM Strike Saturday. It just kind of gets dwarfed by all of the free falls and the strike zones of the world, which every single gameplay seems like it's a honey badger on strike zone, honey badger on free fall. It's like, make it stop with all these submissions. But that's a pretty awesome KEM Strike, I gotta say. I definitely liked it a lot. We almost got 80 kills that game. We were close, just didn't quite get it, but we ended up going 79 and 13, which is a fantastic overall score. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of KEM Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys would like to send in your guys' KEM Strikes for next week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday, everything you guys need to see is on your screen right now. No commentary, no color correction. Try and render your video out to a very nice quality. Take that high quality video, upload to YouTube as unlisted, link me via personal message here on YouTube, and then congratulations, you have submitted your video for next week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday. If you guys would like to go ahead and check out Mr. Snowboard Otter, who of course is the featured guest here on this episode of KEM Strike Saturday, you can find him over at youtube.com/snowboardotter, which is, once again, I said every time, I'll say it this time too. I really like the name, But if you go to his YouTube channel, you can click the annotation on your screen, or you can find the link down to his channel in the video description. If you head over there, you're going to find a lot of KEM Strike gameplays. He plays on the Wii U as well, so if you like the Wii U, you like watching Wii U gameplay, that's what he does. He does it all on the Wii U, which is pretty awesome, and he gets some crazy freaking gameplay. He also adds variety to his uploads by not just uploading KEM Strikes, like he's not one of those only KEM Strike channels, although it does make up a majority of his content. He also uploads some Black Ops 2 stuff over there. He's also mixing in some live commentary stuff as of late, so if you guys want to check him out, he's definitely worth a look. Probably some of you guys have already checked out and probably already subscribers of him, because he's been featured twice before this, and maybe now he's going to get even more subscribers after this video goes up. So go check him out if you guys haven't already. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.